everybody. Welcome to the Gamers for Life podcast, where each and every Friday / Saturday / Sunday discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is my guy, Arturo. How you doing, man?
That's me, Arturo. Sí. I'm doing good, doing good. And for now, reasons unknown, I'm craving a Modelo. It's so weird.
I know, right? We got to fight through it. We got to fight through it this holiday.
I don't know. It's Arturo. Me encanta Modelo.
Mezcal. No.
Pescado. No. Quizás Blanco. Sí, Blanco es bien.
Oh man. Well, yeah, man. So I guess we'll just dive into the shenanigans. Of course, before we do, if you are watching, listening to this, hello, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, definitely for the Gamers for Life podcast. Especially because Arthur does do the Twitch streams, or not Twitch streams, the streams via YouTube.
YouTube.
For the games that he plays. For example, Remnant 2, we've still been rocking that sucker, and I'm glad. It was so funny before of yesterday where you were like, boss battle, and I was like, I can't leave my guy hanging. All right, fuck it, let's do it.
Dude, um I'm pausing, so I'm like, oh no, you're finishing your housekeeping stuff. You said Remnant 2. I'm gonna talk about Remnant 2 real quick. Fuck it. Dude,
Yeah,
that game, dude, Drill, that's like, I'm not saying it should got like, I'm not saying it was officially like snuff for the Game Awards, which we'll talk more about later. That game just keeps surprising me every time I fucking play it. Like,
yeah,
I put over 40 hours into that game, Drill, before I realized it was roguelike. And I was like, it's like you're playing a game and you thought you're in this big fuck off iceberg, and then you put your head underwater and you realize it's the tip of the iceberg and there's all this shit below you. You're like, oh fuck.
right.
Like Jarrell, like the roguelike thing, that's why like this game encourages you to play with friends, encourages multiple playthroughs, because you can unlock different traits, weapons, loot, guns, classes. And here's the thing, Drill, that's crazy. I'm learning, Drill. More shit. You get different loot the higher the difficulty.
Oh, nice.
So again, this game just crazy encourages. The game has ridiculous replayability. It's so fun. It's that perfect middle ground of like a looter shooter with like an RPG class based element with Souls like. It's so fun because it's a Souls like game. And you will talk, Drill. I were talking about work beforehand. A lot of us that we've grown up a little bit, we don't have time for true Souls like games. We don't have time or the
Exactly.
effort, because a true Souls like game is like, did you just die? Well, guess what? You lost everything. And this game did a amazing fucking decision. They decide to make a Souls like 2, but it is very difficult, as you can tell from us just screaming, running away from shit. Um, it's a Souls-like game, but they took away the punishment. The challenge is still there. The sense of accomplishment is still there. The reward for learning tactics and timing and counters and dodges are all still there. But they took away the punishment. When you die, nothing fucking happens. You just get teleported back to your last checkpoint. And that is such a fucking perfect way to do a Souls-like game. So you don't feel like you're beating your fist against a fucking brick wall. And then after a day, all you have to show for it is like a fucking crumb's worth of brick is now missing. And the crazy thing is, Drill, it's only $50. And as of this week, it's on Game Pass.
There you go. Hey, man. I only paid $10 because of my Microsoft points, but that is pretty rocking.
Let's talk about it. And not gonna lie, it does hurt. It's like a punch in the gut when you buy a game.
Yep.
Regardless if you like it or fucking love it, it is a punch in the gut that after you pay for a game, it gets dropped in Game Pass. Like
fuck.
My God. And that was the same thing with you, Drill. I only paid $6 for that game because I fucking kill through my points. But upside downside drill, so how we used our points to help pay for it. Now because on the Game Pass, we get points just for playing it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
When Starfield dropped, I was down to 3,000 points, and since then I'm already back up to 6,000.
Oh, right on.
I'm telling you, man, play Game Pass games, and use Bing as your preferred browser.
Yeah.
There's
Facts.
real facts. Just
Yeah.
hey, how often do you check your email? How often do you call online? Put it this way: every time you catch yourself trying to Google something, type it in Bing. Just trust me. Just if you change that alone, you get fucking points for days, dude.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, bro. Because Microsoft Edge is my main browser. I don't use Chrome really on my main computer. So anytime I type something on Edge, it's the Bing browser basically. So yeah, so that's how, because I was like, fuck, I was like, I have that many points, like that's crazy. But like I forgot, like Microsoft Edge is my browser. Like I need to make it on my phone as well, because if I had it on my phone and I export my passwords on it, like
dude, that's what I have on my phone. That, like I said,
right
I feel bad for some of my friends that like we play games all the time, like Victor and the Canadians, Caleb and Cheyenne, who we played with, beat that boss the other day.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Like put this way, after I used all my points for Starfield and Remnant, I had like 22,000. After I used all my points for Starfield and Remnant, I only had like 3,000 points left. I now already have more points than them already because of that shit. Because like I said, if you're gonna play a game, like let's say like the world's expensive, be frugal. If you're paying for Game Pass, get your money's worth. Play Game Pass games. There's a fucking ton of them there. There's something you'll like, or even if it's short, you'll still play for a little bit and like it. And the other thing, like I said, just use Bing or Edge as your browser. And that's my description. Like I said, after I spent all my points, I had less points than a few of my other gamer friends. We all, like I said, we all game together, but sometimes we'll play like non Game Pass games, or like PC stuff that's on Game Pass. And then for me playing Game Pass and using Bing, I already have more points than them since Starfield's dropped.
Nice. That's awesome, bro. No, yeah, I definitely wholeheartedly agree. Remnant 2 is the shit. It's a great fucking game. Couple of quirks here and there, but as far as for the value that you get, especially when you're playing with other people, like an incredible value. You know what I mean? And the fact that it was nominated, for, what was it, action adventure game, Arthur? Yeah, just the fact that it was nominated and recognized, like, this is a good fucking game, like, huge, definitely great, definitely awesome, and yeah, you just get a lot. You get a lot of features for a fucking $50, and again, like you said, not $70, like $50, like, and it's crazy because gradually the game gets better and better, like not just like fun in general, like literally, like ergonomically. Like I feel like the beginning of the game kind of looks a little rough. It might be because of my Series S and I don't have a Series X, but it looks a little rough. But then like the gameplay just gets better, more functions, like the
you level up,
the leveling up, the different weapons and stuff. You're going to different towns. Like, oh my god, like there's kind of a lot to this. And then the co-op aspect, oh, there's different stuff. And then you're like, oh fuck, it's procedural. Like there's so much they. Like you said, it's almost like the BioShock thing too, where it's like, oh my, there's a whole city under this bitch,
Oh man, this lighthouse ain't fucking shit. Oh, this place. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go down this elevator. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like holy Christmas. So yeah, I really, wholeheartedly agree with you, on that.
I still like, I know we don't have our normal housekeeping shit. Fuck it. I still like how you quietly like big dick flexed on us because Victor and I were gonna like, oh, we thought like you just got the game. Like we didn't think you were playing that much or you played it at all. So we're gonna be like, oh, let's kind of like, let's put on the training wheels. Let's pull drill around. Let's show them we were like going to flex our loot a little bit, to be honest. And well, it just, happens. You're like, oh, look at my glowy blue sword. And we show up. I die. I get instant killed. Was like, oh, let me like help drill. Boom, I get fucking insta killed. and then I'm dead watching Drell's thing, and I'm watching your view, and I'm like, where'd you get that fucking sword? Because like you just quietly had this big off, fucking Buster sword that made our like little katana samurai swords look like little toothpicks. And we're like, and like I said, I'm that classic red ball kid. You can give me a blue ball, and I'll play with have fun. You get the kid next to me red ball, and I'm like, no, I want that red ball. That's me. So I'm like, yeah, I got this wind sword. Every time you do a power attack, it launches like a whirlwind at you, and like a whirlwind that slashes, and I die. And I just see Drell with this like fucking giant berserk cloud Final Fantasy sword. I'm like, I want that. How'd you get that? I haven't killed that boss. Where'd you get that boss? So
yeah, man, yeah, that was wild. You're like, yo, like, because I was like, oh, you don't know nothing about this?
oh yeah. You know about this? Okay, let me tell you. Because even Vic and I, we had like all this cool armor shit. We just fucked up, and we were just like, it's like kind of like World of Warcraft back in the day. You know what I mean? When you're like, when you think you're kind of hot shit, you're level 20. You're like, "How? Look at those level 2s. I'm level 20," and like a level 50 just fucking just struts by you, and you're like, God damn it. So we're just like, yeah. Immediately, Victor and I were like, oh, where'd you get that sword? Like, it was just really funny because I remember, I think it was on stream too. You can see our characters just kind of walk up to you, like as if it's an MMO, like just kind of checking you out. We're like walking around you, looking at your sword. You're like, where'd the fuck you get that sword? You swing. You're like, oh my god, the area of effect is huge.
Yeah, it's like you guys are gonna do the emote like high five stuff, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? The cool sword.
I'm still mad. I actually muted my mic on stream. It happens to all of us, but I will say in my defense, even I muted my mic on stream, I wasn't muted for all of us. That beyond the loot stuff, that I was a pretty good tour guide. I was a pretty good tour guide from the two. It's like, you're gonna hear yourself in an accident. Don't worry, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Left bumper tap his heel, left bumper hold his powers. Hey, it's gonna happen, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's a yeah, that was a little tricky, definitely. But yeah, man, good shit there. So once again, one of the games that Arthur does stream on the channel for the Gamers for Life. So again, be sure to subscribe on that. And then everything else Gamers for Life, go to linktree.com/Gamers for Life. That's the one-stop link if you want to check out just the audio episodes, the video episodes, and just anything else. Our social media as well. And here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we read the news while you can watch or listen to what you choose by clicking on the links to the time code within the description of the episode so you can go to exactly what you want to hear or watch on the show. Or you can just hang out with us here at the Gamers for Life podcast. And man, if you have been sleeping under a rock, the Game Awards for 2023 happened yesterday. And
well, before your transition of your transition with Sleep on a Rock was good, but can I use that for another major Sleep on a Rock story? Unless you want to use it, talk about it for later. The major game coming in 2025 that PC players can't play.
Yes, let's save it.
Okay.
Book note it. I'll use a different transition.
I just want to make sure you know where I'm going with that.
I think I do, and I have a whole rant for it as well.
Okay. Yes, you do. Sorry, just my brain heard the phrase from you. If you've been living under a rock, you might not have heard, and I'm like, oh, that's not where he's going with that. I just want to make sure every now and again.
No, that was sharp. That was sharp. You picked that
up. Every now and again, we forget to talk about shit. Like, I still remember when we binged 3 episodes of Halo to talk about the pod. Not one episode. We binged 3 fucking episodes back to back right before we recorded. And the process of turning off the TV, taking a shit, coming back, and talking about anything fucking else, we forgot. Oh, we totally didn't talk about Halo this week. So
now that that's out of our system.
So yeah, that's how it was actually. So I get my brain just heard, I was like, oh, let me make sure we're good. Let's not pull a shitty Halo episode 3 and forget about stuff.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, definitely book note that for me. Yeah, there's a few things I'm going to be going off on. One thing to be super excited about, just the fanboying out, and then A few side notes of also additional soapboxes. So
So Game Awards, let's get into it.
let's get into it. So obviously, general impressions. Your thoughts. You know, essentially, this is what the third or fourth Game Awards that we've witnessed, watched. We've seen
Yep.
it grow. There's less people that are rushing the stage to say Bill Clinton wants GTA 6, where the fuck that means. Uh, what are your thoughts? What were your just general impressions on how the awards went?
So I couldn't catch the whole thing. I clocked out of work. I cooked a bunch of food, did adult life. Side note, I did a bunch of food prep. Winter's coming. I'm putting my freezer to use.
Nice.
I cooked a bunch of potatoes rather than spending like $9 a bag on those pre-frozen like breakfast potato things. I just bought a whole bag of potatoes for like $4. Cut up my own bell-purpose onions and fucking threw it all, did some oil, salt and pepper, and threw it all in freezer bags. So bam, now I have a bunch of breakfast shit. So I was doing
Nice.
adult life. I couldn't catch the game. I didn't catch a lot of the Game Awards live. But what I did end up catching, I liked. You and I were in the party for a little bit. As I burp, sorry. Overall impressions of the show, I liked it. Jeff Keighley's wearing the same suit he always wears. I'm not mad at the guy. It was a live thing. It
He
was a
changed his
live.
shoes. He did change his shoes.
He
I did
did.
notice that.
He's no longer wearing his like
The clown
fucking
shoes.
his white clown shoes, trying out for Kingdom Hearts 4 live action the movie.
Nice.
I like something about just seeing a live in-person crowd for a gaming event is like that's what we want. E3's come and gone. E3's dead. Now we know because we talked about it previously, E3 died for a lot of background reasons. It was too expensive. It was like it was like its own bubble to pop, which they didn't pop, or they let it deflate. A reminder with E3, we talked about it. There was a couple of gaming studios that just said, "Hey, it's just too fucking expensive to go, so we can't go," and that snowballed into bigger companies saying, "Like, yeah, we ain't broke, but I'm still also not going to spend that much money for a fucking one weekend."
Right.
So, so Jeff really again is killing it with the only really live action things. There's one like moment we'll talk about later because I know you're going to talk about it, but like little things I liked. It was cool seeing Gonzo there.
Yeah, I enjoyed that more than I thought I would.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoyed that more than I thought I would.
He did bring up a good point because I thought I'll be saying that. You know what, Drill? Gonzo brought up a good point. Because it was funny because that little bit, Gonzo touched on something that all gamers like know. Chickens in games. We don't know why. We don't know how. But if we see a chicken in a game, we're just gonna try killing it. Whether it's
That's a
Zelda,
fact.
Skyrim,
Phantom
one of the
Pain.
best Phantom Pain, one of the best levels from Spy Hunter, the Chicken Hunter level. It was like he had the cork board and shit. And what's the chicken's name? Hilda or something like that. It was just
Yeah.
like it was really, I thought it was being kind of cringe. It was really kind of funny, and like it really got me kind of like Ratatouille moment going down my brain. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there are a ton of games. Gonzo spitting facts. There's a ton of games where we just enjoy killing chickens.
Yeah, and whoever was controlling him was really on point with like the Jim Henson like slow turn and stuff like that. I said, okay, whoever's doing this is a professional. I was like, they killed that shit.
Dude, Jim Henson's legacy lives on the fact that Gonzo was at the fucking Game Awards.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and I, like I said, like I didn't know I was going to like it as much as I did. So I was like, oh, this is actually really funny and like enjoyable.
There's like two other smaller moments I want to speak to. The music was cool. The musical performances were sick.
Yeah, very cool.
I definitely think they spoiled one of the awards for best soundtrack when they, played Final Fantasy VII music. That kind of feel like we'll get more of that, but shocker
Dead
again,
giveaway.
dead giveaway that Final Fantasy won for best soundtrack when they fucking play it. Hellblade, I forget actually, I might be getting myself. Was Hellblade a nominee for best soundtrack or no?
No, it was more of like a world premiere new trailer for it.
Okay, the only reason I asked that because I know the Oscars do that. I know the
Absolutely.
when the Oscars have like let's say 4 to 5 nominees for best soundtrack, throughout the show they play the song that's nominated for the Oscar throughout the show. So I didn't know if
Correct.
Jeff did that as well. Of like, oh, Hellblade is announced for best soundtrack, so let's play a song from Hellblade. So, but I didn't think about that now. When we were live, we all agreed, oh well, that means Final Fantasy is gonna win. But the Hellblade music stuff was cool. Like you were saying, Joel, the Hellblade music's always on point. One thing I did like from the show, a smaller moment, my last little kind of cider small moment I talk about before I'll let you do your thing. They did it, Drill. Somehow they fucking did it. They didn't have lizard people talk. They fucking had actual humans talk like a goddamn human.
Right.
And it's hilarious because it was if the part of the show I'm talking about specifically was the Discord part. It was the Discord part. And I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious that all the things of all the companies, all the ads, all the scenarios
Yeah.
of what could have ended this lizard people streak. It was Discord, a community known for not fucking touching grass. So I forget the exact quote. You were there. I can't think of word for what they did, but just something about it felt organic.
Very.
It's like the script writer was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna write a script that actually makes it sound like you know that how to carry a conversation with another human being on planet Earth."
Yeah.
Versus before, "Hey guys, I'm gonna write this as if I've never had a friend my whole life." So I just thought that was worth noting that we finally saw a live event thing, and it was like they had this gamer Discord moment, but it wasn't lizard people speak. It wasn't like, "Oh no, Johnny is down. We should revive him. Don't worry, leave it to me. I have my super reviving ability because I'm the meta class. Oh, jolly gee, guys, that's just swell."
No, you're absolutely right, bro. That was very like we're like because like, we kind of looked at each other. We're like, or we're just like, yo, like that was really good. Like that was
Yeah,
a very authentic, like online speak, for a Discord commercial. We're like, yo, that was not cringe.
it was it was not cringe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very impressive. Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
whoever
okay.
wrote whoever wrote the script for that Discord segment or that Discord commercial. I think it was a segment or commercial. Whoever wrote it, good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
I think it was just like I don't know, a sponsor or something, but definitely a commercial in play.
Yeah, because
Very.
because you heard me. By the way, I was playing Remnant in the background, so I'm just like dying. I died multiple times because I was looking at my phone, watching the thing. I'm like, oh, what? One, Remnant 2 doesn't pause. Two, there's no punishment dying. So okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's like fuck it. I'm just gonna do both here.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, God of War. Obviously the guy who voices God of War, talking shit on Call of Duty. He's saying, "Hey, at least my speech
Dude,
is longer than the Call of Duty campaign."
fuck. I forget his name, but I loved watching him in
Christian,
Stargate SG.
some, yeah,
I loved watching him in Stargate SG-1. That's how I know where I know him from
yeah,
before God of War. And yeah, like
that was
I like
amazing.
that. Because it's like the Oscars either has smell your own farts or slap Chris Rock and nothing in between. There's nothing in between. So to have like like gamers, we'll fucking roast each other, dude. It's like you start looking like shit. You can't play like shit. We'll call you out. And again, for him presenting to throw shade at the new Call of Duty campaign like that, that's fucking hilarious.
No, yeah, Christopher Judge,
Thank you.
his name. No, it was hilarious, and it was like yes, it was like yes, that was deserved. Like there was, I guess IGN, they were saying how Call of Duty devs are a little peeved at Christopher Judge's dig during the Game Awards. I'm like, well, make a fucking longer campaign, assholes. It's like if you don't want to get shit, do a fucking better job than mailing
Dude,
some bullshit in.
you know that Call of Duty campaign was short if people are making fun of a Call of Duty campaign which is already known for being fucking short.
Exactly. That's a great point. Like everybody knows Call of Duty is short. So if it's shorter than that, it's like Jesus. Like, hey, maybe we have a problem here.
There's a lot of people that play the Call of Duty campaign just to get some of like the rewards to use from the multiplayer.
Mm.
What was the story? I don't know, but I got this gun and the skin. Sick. Oh, fucking. But yeah, but
Oh
you're right. Good
man.
call. Good call on that.
Yeah. There's another thing too, and I'm gonna be on my petticoat junction, playing Petty Roosevelt, if you will. But I just feel like I deserve this Petty Roosevelt moment. And 7 nominations is what Spider-Man 2 got. Guess how many awards it won?
How many?
Not a fucking one.
No one?
Because Spider-Man 2 is trash.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know.
Okay, it's not trash, but this was our point the whole fucking time when we talk about Spider-Man 2 building up closer to the release. I thought it was gonna get pushed back because I was like, the game, like, it doesn't seem like it's done. They didn't even say what the release date was. The game didn't win anything, and it was nominated like 6 or 7 times. No wins whatsoever. It was a part of Game of the Year, which I have no idea why it was a part of a Game of the Year conversation. Fucking IGN, they sucked on Sony's schlong really hard and got all got all the ratings up for the game. All the games are 9 out of 10 or whatever it is, and they're
Sony gobbled up Venom's black cock. Just
yo and Miles, like they just went at it, and like, I mean, and then especially with talking about the PlayStation Portal or whatever with Spider-Man being played, like they just ate it up. They ate it up. They took all Sony's money just to promote the game, but then we see the real the black ink, above the blue lines. 7 nominations, didn't deserve any of them. Sorry, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I don't think it deserved any of it. So yeah, I was happy to see that.
I
was happy to see
love that when we were criticizing Spider-Man 2, and all people are like, "No, you don't fucking talk about, man." Like I said, we never said the game was bad. We never assumed the game was any bad.
Correct.
We knew we never bad wasn't the thing. We were just saying could be better. Could have done this. Could have done that. Could have done new. Again, like I said, when Starfield came out, the word innovative was thrown all over the fucking place when Starfield came out, meaning the lack of innovation. And again, the fast travel mechanics, were gonna be new. We knew then we'd be bad. It was like, cool, that was new. The motion, the webbing, like the traversing the game is always on point. But again, it's like, it's just okay. Well, how is this really different for Spider-Man 1 from Spider-Man 2 compared to Spider-Man 1? And to get it, and again, to get a platinum trophy for a Sony game takes a lot. It means you have to perfect everything, and then know to perfect everything, only 30 hours. That's kind of short for a Spider-Man game for that platinum trophy.
Very, very short.
So it's put this way. There's 2 ways I'll describe this. It's not like we knew Spider-Man 2 was gonna be vast, but we were worried it was gonna be hollow. And here's my other description. This is kind of like a football team. This is kind of a football team that's like, we're getting close. We're getting more into the season. They're like 8-1. And you're like, yeah, they're hot shit. They're hot shit. Or we're like, well, actually, if you look at the teams they've played, all the teams they played is fucking trash. So it turns out when they're going to play this actual good team next week, they're probably going to get fucking stomped on. And everyone's like, no, you don't know what the fucking talk about. You don't know what the fucking talk about. It's like, dude, they beat the fucking Browns and the Giants. Whoop-de fucking who? And and that's what it was. People were putting up Spider-Man like it's gonna go all the way, man. They're gonna get a ring. They're gonna get a ring. I'm like, why? Because they fucking beat why? Because they shut out the Giants? Who the fuck has done that?
Right.
And shout out to New York. So again, like I said, Drill, it proves our point when we're saying that it could have been more. And to a point, almost apples to apples, Starfield could have been more, or Starfield could have been polished or tweaked. Also, it's probably why Starfield also didn't win any Game Awards themselves. Mind you, they weren't nominated, but guess what? Drill, you want to know what Starfield and Spider-Man 2 have in common? None of them won a fucking award.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I think we'll see some awards come with Starfield in the future. So when it comes to like community support, ongoing game, I feel like Starfield does have the capability to win an award in the future for that.
With mods, holy shit.
Exactly. So if they follow through on their word and really executing in that, I do think Starfield can come around to win some awards. But no, I absolutely agree. I mean, I would argue that Starfield should have took in place of Spider-Man. Not saying that it should win, but I think the fact that Spider-Man 2 came out very like around October
It
and
felt
then
recent.
very
Like the
recent.
timing of Spider-Man 2's release to the announcement of the nominees felt quick.
Yeah, and it was known to have a decent amount of bugs too, and no one really fucking talked about it. Like, there's people on
Nope.
the internet saying like, "Hey, like this game came out with a decent amount of bugs, but Sony just wiped it clean as far as like whatever algorithm bullshit that they did." While on the other side of the spectrum, when it came to Starfield, it played very well on pretty much any platform that it was available on. When it came to the Series X, the Series S, the PC, Game Pass, Steam, it ran well. It ran well, and that
It
was
did.
very surprising, especially for a Bethesda title. People were like, "Oh wow, it actually runs pretty good." So they had to find other reasons to fucking shit on Starfield, which again, I always say like, fuck that. Like the game is good. Like I don't give a fuck. I get the YouTube clout bullshit, trying to get your views up and subscribers up, but the game was good. Fuck them. So, I think it should have took place of a game of the year, or game of the year over Spider-Man fucking 2,
For a nominee,
so
yeah.
yeah, that's just my 2 cents there, but definitely there.
Game of
Uh,
the Years are known to stand the test of time.
mm,
We'll get into that who actually won. But Game of the Years are synonymous with stand the test of the time. For example, Joe, when you and I worked retail, we all know what tends to happen like in January, February, or like the spring of the following year. Our cases used to have what on them? Game of the Year edition, Game of the Year winner. Like enough to not re-release, but like retail stores used to redo the covers because again, it had the testament replay. It had Game of the Year games are usually synonymous for like replayability and like stand the test of time if like short term, not like maybe 15 years later, 10 years later,
yeah,
but again, like 2 to 3 years later, you're still like, fuck, I still want to play the game. Starring 2 is like, dude, 30 hours, you've done everything.
yeah,
So again, like, yeah, you're right. I think Starfield should take its place as a nominee because that will definitely stand the test of time. And like, it's like, oh, let Starfield cook. Mods are on the way. Like I said, mods are on the way for that game. Whereas Spider-Man 2, we'll get a DLC. It'll be short. It's gonna be short. There's no way. If the second Spider-Man 2 announces a DLC, I'm guessing, let's just call it now. In terms of gameplay, I'm gonna guess a 6 hour. I'm gonna guess 6 hours.
yeah. I would agree. I would have to agree with you. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be on par, on par
And
for Spider-Man stuff.
one more thing for Spider-Man 2. For the next game, where Miles Morales will be the main character, dude, they better change his suit.
I will be watching that very closely. And I was gonna say too, is like, oh, you guys are sad that you didn't win anything. Well, once you know your flags, maybe
Yeah,
maybe you'll win something.
yeah. Take this from a white guy living in the Middle West. Cuba and Puerto Rico, they're different. They're different. To Sony executives and people behind the scenes, they may look the same. They may sound the same. Their food might be the same. It's not. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Food's different. Flags are different. Man, shit's different.
Women are different. I mean, there's differences. Yeah.
Another best well, I want to wait until I go into one of my favorite moments, which I'm gonna fucking freak out about. But one thing,
I know I know when that
Yeah.
climax game in the show. I was
yeah,
there.
yes,
I was like, God damn, Joe, keep it in your pants.
Oh,
No, I'll let it flop around all over at once. Ah!
Cyberpunk winning ongoing game.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a tearjerker for me. because I know it obvious. Because I feel like I saw the potential of this game for quite some time, and I know I didn't have the console version. I didn't have the Xbox PS4 version or whatever the fuck it was that were just awful versions.
You had PC.
I had PC, correct. I purchased the Steam copy, digital copy, if you will, and I was like, this is a good game. It's not perfect, but for what they're doing, it is a very good game. And I could and if that was the version that everyone else played, absolutely it would have been in the conversation for some of these awards. And then obviously they had a lot of work to do in the game. Even for that PC version, the Steam version, there was a lot of updates that were needed. So I at least appreciate, obviously they got there, they did the lawsuit stuff, they still made their money, yada yada. But the fact that they did follow through in providing updates and making the game playable, and especially with that cyberpunk anime that I've really jolted, I think, people's interest to
Oh
play the
man.
game again. I feel like that was a big battery in their back too to continue to work on the game. I'm impressed that they got it at least to where it is now before working on. I mean, they're working on Witcher 4, I believe, as we speak right now.
It's
But
been confirmed that it's a good timing they won the war drill because it's been confirmed they are pivoting the teams away from Cyberpunk
yeah,
to focus on Witcher 4.
right, right.
They got they showed up to the game in February. They got that ring. They're kind of dipping out, but it's okay.
Yeah.
They earned it. They earned it.
Yeah, no, they earned it. No, I agree. They earned it. And I think in the state that Cyberpunk is in now, I think it's fine. I think they finally fixed the fucking game to the point where, yes, this is a playable experience. Like, they're even saying, like, you should play the game over. You should create a new save if you haven't already. So, yeah, I'm really proud of them because, obviously they didn't have to do that. Um, we've seen games time and time again where they don't do that. You know what I mean? So I was very proud of seeing that Cyberpunk. Obviously we didn't. I don't think any of us won for that, but I was happy to see that. I was happy to very much see that when it came to just the Cyberpunk waiting for ongoing game. Were there any best moments for you before I start pulling the lube out?
No, oddly enough, not the first time I've heard that sentence from you. But
don't do that. Don't do that.
nah, no, I kid, wink. I don't know. There was a lot of nostalgic moments in this show, man.
Yeah.
The Cyberpunk one specifically, like you can hear how thankful they were.
Yeah.
When they got the award, because and they had to have known the backlash. Sorry, my tongue's really bugging me, so I keep pausing. They had to have known the backlash they got from gamers at launch.
Yeah.
And to go from that to this stage and to get that award was, I think, such a good moment for them. Like you can hear, I think he was almost like tearing up a bit when he was talking about that. And he had the roadmap laid at the top of his head. He was like, following launch, there was like 1.0, 1.5, Edge Runners 2.0, Phantom Liberty. And like I said, they are openly public of like, hey, we kind of encourage you guys to start to play Thriller because we've updated so much in a good way. And it was just so good to see them up there. I didn't get a point because I went with Fortnite because again, I thought that all the things that Fortnite has done, which also got announced, by the way, but all the things that Fortnite had done up to that point, like I thought Fortnite bringing back the OG maps would have fucking solidified that award alone. Like again, what Fortnite kind of became and how it became I was like kind of against because it's kind of like, I call it money skins the game. I'm not saying it's fun though, but again, day one, like I said, I played day one Fortnite, and that community organically is what made that game. So I was shocked, not mad. I was really shocked that Cyberpunk beat out Fortnite for best ongoing, considering what Fortnite has done this past year.
No, I agree. I think you had a really valid point in your choice of Fortnite. Because like, shit, you might be right. You know what I mean? Especially with incorporating that old school feature, or just the original feature that brought in a lot of gamers. That aren't necessarily maybe the same gamers that are playing it from a majority basis today. I thought was a really smart move as well. So I definitely agree with you on that. I forgot what I chose, but I didn't get it, so it doesn't matter. Um,
I think it chose Apex.
or something. Yeah, it chose Apex or some shit.
Or maybe no, Genshin Impact, I think.
Genshin, that's what I chose. I chose Genshin.
Um,
So eventually,
but
they get nominated every year. So eventually, they're
I
gonna get theirs.
I forget what, but there was a couple nostalgia moments. There was a couple really good, like hit you in the feels, like your boy. What's his name? Shuei?
Shuhei Yoshida, I miss that man so much, bro. Like, Ian, and I know you started this comment, so I apologize for cutting you up. But
Oh no, that was an alley oop. Fucking
oh,
dunk.
like even what? Because the watching him, taking that award for that indie game, and him really, he was literally the leader of that indie department or whatnot. And you see the look on his face, you see his engagement, his excitement, his true passion for the art of games and for indie and really supporting indie. Like he's like like just like how you see that same passion for like Miyamoto, you know what I mean, where he's super excited about the anything, anything Mario happening, anything Nintendo happening, or whatever the case may be, especially Mario specifically. But like Shuhei very much in the same type of passion, you know what I mean, for PlayStation and for indie and for games. Like he really fucks with this shit. He doesn't just say it to say it, you know what I mean? And Jim Ryan, we talk about him often in the show, and to me it's warranted because he's just another suit and tie trying to push the company through. But like you don't really look at him as like a leader of the people. Yeah, he's a leader of PlayStation, like that's his title, but he's not like he's the CEO of PlayStation, or was, right, or about to not be, through the first quarter. But
On his way out.
yeah, on his way out, and people didn't really like. People don't fuck with Jim Ryan. You know what I mean?
People
Rightfully
aren't
so.
mad. They're not like, oh no, he should stay.
Yeah, like yes, he did his job from a sales performance perspective, and I still and call me a conspiracy theorist. I still think a lot of the reason why the PlayStation 5 was where it's at is because of that scalping stuff, which I think Sony was a part of. I'll just say it. I think Sony did some outside implementation with the scalping. Not saying that they couldn't have hit those numbers to begin with, but something's weird that happened there. I'll just say that. That was a big reason of them hitting those top console sales numbers and whatnot. But to continue on, like one of the things that made me super upset, the company gifted Jim Ryan a exclusive PlayStation 1 decorative style PlayStation 5 when Jim Ryan is on record for saying, why are people playing older games? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I totally forgot that happened.
Remember?
I totally forgot they gifted Jim Ryan a PS1 themed PS5. And you're right. This isn't the company. This is the man individually that was such against backwards compatibility, the fucking foundation of Sony, and it's totally against all their classic skins and shit. And on the way out, they fucking give him that PlayStation 1 PS5 that looks so good.
It looks amazing. Like it looks like a Xerox machine, but it looks amazing. The controller looks amazing. And
the controller saved it. The controller saved it.
The controller did save it. But it's just another thing where he doesn't fucking care about like that whole stuff. He's like, oh, I got a great PlayStation 5. Thanks, guys. You know what I mean?
He's like, gonna give that to his nephew the second he sees him.
Exactly. So I'm just like, fuck you, Jim Ryan. Like you don't even understand just the passion around that. You know what I mean? Like you don't even appreciate that. And like you said, exactly how you said it so wonderfully. This is the same guy who wanted to take down the PlayStation 3 store, he wanted to take down the Vita store, didn't understand why people were playing older games, didn't understand the compatibility. We want blockbuster games. I'm Richard Nixon. Like he just and
I am not a crook. I did not pay off the FTC to go after Phil Spencer.
Right, right. And he gets gifted a PS1 style PlayStation 5. Such an oxymoron. Such an oxymoron and such an ironic thing. Like he gets gifted
Hypocritical.
something that he doesn't. Yeah, hypocritical. Just very ironic. Where it's like, wow, he's gifted something that he doesn't even appreciate. So it's just like, fuck you, Jim Ryan.
The
Like-
only way they could spin that announcement as a positive is if they fucking announce. If they fucking announce that that
Oh hell
that
yeah.
PlayStation 1 PS5 bundle or something is coming for Christmas, or it's coming soon,
Yes.
that it will exist, or it's a skin. A little soapbox I have, Joe. I don't like that we are now in the age where skin consoles, limited edition consoles are dead. It's fucking dead.
It's fucked up, right?
And Xbox does this too. I know I'm clearly an Xbox fan. I'll call them shit out. I'll call this shit out. It was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, when there was a worldwide shortage on consoles, Drell, I swear to fucking God, every goddamn week there was a new sweepstakes for a new Xbox skin. The Borderlands 3 Handsome Edition one, the Forza one, the Porsche one, the FIFA one, the Madden one. Do you remember that shit? There was like the Wonka one, the Sonic one, there was a couple indie games that no one, like the Redfall one. There's the TMNT one. There's just make them.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's some advice. What Xbox did for their controllers that have that, what's it called, the controller lab, do that for consoles. You don't have to make them mass production. Make them to order, price them accordingly because they're quote unquote custom made, and they'll still sell. Create, again, the supply, the demand there, create the supply for it. But I don't like Starfield, for example. There is no true Starfield console. Instead, it's this weird Velcro
it's a
wrap
jacket
thing. It's a
bullshit.
fucking scarf. It's a console's jacket scarf.
Yeah.
And again, I like Xbox, I like Starfield, but that Starfield weird cover shit is bullshit.
Yeah, it's trash. Exactly.
So I don't like that the supply is clearly there, so much to the point that Sony is, sending out cease and desist letters as much as I take a piss. Like, god damn. And so when we see these Xbox sweepstakes shit, or these Sony influencer fucking jackass CFO, CEO leaving, gets all this, like, well, why can't we have that? Do you not care about us? Your money comes from us. You have money because we fucking gave it to you.
Right.
We would like, to a point, understandably, as hardworking adults or humans, customers, we would like to give you more in ways we'd like it. Joe, like, I can't think of the last time I owned or was even offered or able to buy like a themed console. I think the last one I had was the R2D2 Xbox. No, I had two. I actually had I called it my Frankenstein, because I had the R2D2 Xbox 360 Elite, but the storage I had from it was, from, GameStop used, but the storage I had from it was from the Halo, was from one of the Halo ones. So it was like that dark green, remember the oval, remember that weird oval, that giant oval, huge USB thing with that amber orange colored streak in the middle. So that's the last time I had that was R2D2, was the R2D2 360, and that shit was sick.
Yeah. No, it's funny, man, because when I first crossed over to original Xbox, my first Xbox was the green Halo console, the green transparent original Xbox. That was my first Xbox, transitioning to Xbox. And the last themed console I got was it was the Battlefront PlayStation 4. With the
that was a good one
with the Darth Vader controller. I never should have sold that. I was a fucking idiot. But that was
I should never have lost my Batman Arkham City Collector's Edition Batwing grip LED changing controller.
It had fans in it too, didn't it?
Yes,
Cooling
it did,
fan?
Drill. It's the best controller I ever owned. It
That
had
was
grips,
insane.
it had fans, because it was Batwing style. It was ergonomic, and the press of a button, you can change its colors. And like I said, I've told the story before. I don't care. I remember fucking spending all day to get that like hardest achievement in that fucking game with that controller. And I was just like, God damn it! It's rainy day in Long Beach. I'm going down memory lane. It was like a rainy day in Long Beach. I just remember that. So yeah, dude. And you had your Darth Vader controller. Oh God, it's been too long, man.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. We need those to come back. You know, we need those special edition consoles to come back. It means something. It means something, and that, like you said, the demand's there. The demand's there.
Fuck! I just
Make the
realized I
fucking
just totally
product.
forgot. Xbox is now getting rid of the whole third party shit. We talked about that before. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, which is pretty lame. I mean, I've heard if it's a part of the list of licensed, of licensed,
Yeah,
then it's good.
we did go through the
Um,
list, and all
yeah,
the top five we all rattled off the top of our head. They were all there. They
yeah.
were all there. So that okay, that's good.
Yeah, because I know for PC owners, before we go back to the Game Awards, but I know for PC owners, if you're doing Game Pass, you have to have a first party. Like you cannot, because I was doing Game Pass PC before I converted to console again. You have to have a first party controller in order to use the cloud, the Game Pass cloud service.
Can it be
Um,
licensed or like has to be Microsoft first party?
Microsoft first party. Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
which is crazy. Yeah, so I mean, it's just
Sorry, Mad
better.
Cats.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace, Mad Cats. But I mean, Afterglow, Power BA, Power BA. I want to say their name is Power A or something, but
Power A.
there's Power A. Yeah, there's some decent third parties out there. They just get better and better as well. But yeah, man.
I like how it's tradition. Every time we bring up Jim Ryan, we just get bummed out about like the other shit. It's like he's a fucking. It's like he's a gravity hole of just bummed out. Like let's talk about Jim Ryan. Oh, that reminds me. Think of consoles. Oh, that reminds me of controllers. Oh, God damn it.
Well, luckily, I have an upper for you, or at least an upper for me. Um, and man, I'm gonna preface this and go hard into it. Pause. But we've been talking about this gentleman for many of Gamers for Life episodes. Arthur.
You have been talking about this man.
That's true. You've been like, oh
I've
wow,
been there.
now I see why like this is like kind of funny.
I follow this man on Instagram, and he posts the most cryptic shit. And every now and again, he'll post something, I'll tease something, and I got a hint of that tease. And I'm like, this is what people have been up with for years. This man is like the champion of edging people. Like, goddamn.
He's yeah, many edgings over the years, but man, this was the first like I was just talking about I was talking to you off mic as far as like, man, it's been a rough year, yada yada. But yesterday, seeing that, my fanboy shit just went like fourth gear. Like once Jeff Keighley announced him on stage, and then seeing that light above the door and the door opening, I was like, holy fuck, that is that is a PT reference. That is absolutely a fucking PT reference. That's like, oh my god, no, and then also them showing like the game that they've been actually fucking working on, not like the fake abandoned shit, where it's just like, goddamn, Kojima goes out of his way to make a fake game to present a real one. But just seeing that footage, that early whatever pre-trailer teaser footage, I'm like, yes, no fucking way, no fucking way. And then after seeing Xbox Game Studios and Kojima Productions, I'm like, no fucking way. And I see that door open and I'm like,
It felt like old E3, dude. It
yes.
felt like a moment of like, and now welcome to the stage, Keanu Reeves. You're
Yeah.
breathtaking. You were losing your shit. It was so fun. It
Oh
was so
man.
nice. And that's what I was saying earlier. There's a lot of nostalgic moments. It felt really nice to like bear witness to you just losing your shit to finally seeing Hideo Kojima, the man, the myth, the legend, the edger, on a game stage. It's been too long,
Yes.
and you were losing that shit. It was like, dude, it was almost like we were kids again, like pointing out the references. that's a PT door. That's the door from PT. Oh shit. And like that was like such a quiet clapback at Konami
Yes.
to have their door that he made on someone else's stage,
Fire.
making a game for someone else, the most passive aggressive, fuck you,
Yeah.
I'm out. And to have him come out, and the way Jeff introduced him was such with respect and
Absolutely.
so done so smooth. The way he brought out Hideo Kojima, he knew what he was doing. He knew the importance of it, and you can tell there was a genuine relationship between the two because he didn't bring him out like, guess who the fuck it is? No, he was like an entertainer, an artist,
Visionary. Yeah.
a visionary that has been a fan and a supporter of the Video Game Awards since its birth 10 years ago. And then he brings them out for the 10th anniversary, the 10th, Video Game Awards. Oh my God, everything about it was great.
Yeah.
It was so well. The fanfare, the fandom, the fanboying, when the video game comes out, and it still wasn't even done. There's still more going on.
Yeah. No, man. Yeah. No, no. I'm glad you made that point too, because that's an amazing point. And it's just like, it's like got emotional. It's just like, oh my God, no fucking way. And you're absolutely right, Arthur. Like Jeff Keighley treated Kojima with the respect that he deserves to be treated, and I know there's some gamers that they may not understand or they may not like the pacing of his games, and I understand that, and I can't hate on that. But I can only speak to my experience of what Kojima has done for me as far as how I got into games. I say this time and time again, Metal Gear Solid, my favorite game of all time, the game that really made me understand, like, wow, I didn't know you can do that with games. Just how he creates this just intuitive, immersive experience, even just like the whole Psycho Mantis level, oh, you gotta play your controller in the controller too, so we can't read your mind. Like, just like insane things like that, and creating this huge narrative, and where you really feel like you're achieving something, and you really feel like you're going through this shit, like just creating these experiences that no one has literally fucking done, and he's literally re-innovated the experience of games, and no one's done it like when it comes to, he has done that. He has done that and has inspired others to do similar, like, re-innovation in their way. But he is a pioneer of that re-innovation. So yeah, I was just like, and there's an importance to that, and I'm glad that Jeff Keighley gave him that respect of introducing him on stage, and also too, talking about Jordan Peele, being a welcome to the stage as well. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, he was on his fucking podcast. I said, why did I put two and two together that he would be working with him? I said, that makes perfect fucking sense. You know what I mean? Because I was on the podcast, or I listened to a couple of episodes, and very different, obviously, because he doesn't speak English, or he speaks very little of it. So there's like a translator, it's like an AI robot that kind of helps, like, manage the podcast and stuff as the show goes on. But I remember when I saw that Jordan Peele was a guest on the show, I said, oh, interesting. I was like, okay, well, it makes sense, this and that, and obviously Jordan Peele, obviously a huge horror fan, the horror movies that he's been making recently, and it's him being naturally interested in horror, connected with horror, and being a director and so on. So the fact him collaborating with him on that, and remember, Arthur, he also said that he's working with other people as well, and I don't think he's just talking about actors. I wonder if Guillermo is working with them on this product.
I feel like he would work with Guillermo again for a couple reasons. He knows the talent's there because he worked with them on Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2 coming soon, by the way. Yeah, I advertise Sony every now and again, not only Game Pass. I advertise Sony when it's owed. I rephrase this. I advertise Kojima when I can. The rare instances. I feel like also too, it's like I almost feel like he would work knowing him. Let me say, guessing who he is and how he carries himself. I feel like he would almost work with Guillermo del Toro again, almost because like it's owed. It's owed from
I
the
agree.
game that it's owed from the game that was taken away from them. It was taken away from
Yeah.
the both of them. Guillermo del
Facts.
Toro, when you hear him talk, he's not a typical like Hollywood director smelling his own farts, fucking bullshit movies. Guillermo del Toro is a storyteller. He's a fan of the genre. He's a fan of the art. He is an entertainer, and he knows that entertainers do not survive without their fans. You can't take home an award unless there's someone to cheer you on as you walk to the stage. Guillermo del Toro understands that, and I feel like that was one of the reasons that brought those two together so early on. So again, for more reasons than one, I feel like I would bet that a significant reason for those two to possibly work together is again because it's owed. I wouldn't put it past Kojima to have that conversation with him. And
Yeah.
we were both guessing that when the door creaked, when they were like, "Oh, is that someone there? Is there someone else behind the door?" We were both guessing Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, because first I thought it was Guillermo, and I was like, oh, it's Jordan Peele. Oh, it's Jordan Peele. Oh, okay, the guy connected with
That
the
moment of
podcast.
realization for me was hilarious. So I'm like, "Oh, that's what it looks like watching me do that shit." So I was like, "Oh, Jordan Peele. Oh shit! Oh, he was on the podcast!" And then like a wave of blah.
Yeah, I
Like,
was like, it's all coming back to me. Oh my god, he was on the podcast.
dude,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe that that the maker, the maker of Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill is working with the maker of Get Out. And what was the other one called? Up? The,
Oh, no, not up, but yeah, I forgot what I forgot the name of the other one, but yeah, mad at
the
a few other of those
Nope.
films.
It was one word. I remember that.
Nope,
It was
yeah,
Nope. It was Nope. Very great title, by the way. Like, yo, white people doing shit? Nope.
yeah.
um, so that moment of the Game Awards, dude, that almost for me, and I'm not even a big Kojima fan as you, it almost like in that moment, it almost kind of made up for like the fact we haven't had an E3 really in like if what feels like a couple of years. Because that's the type of stuff that used to happen annually or semi-annually. You know what I mean? And I remember you and I were watching that conference and that the Microsoft conference I'm referring to, where it ended with, oh, one more. We have someone working on their passion project. Remember, that's how it was advertised from day one. It was we have someone working on their passion project, and we want them to tell you about it. And you see Kojima, one, you're like, oh shit, it's Kojima. Oh shit, Kojima's with Xbox. Oh shit, Kojima's working on a passion project for Xbox. And then like it all sums up, oh shit, Kojima's working on a passion project for Xbox. That's like that phrasing alone was great marketing for Xbox. And to see that work come to fruition, like, and here's the thing, they were very upfront with this game. So I'm gonna go back to the game. They're being very upfront about this game. They said at the Game Awards that sometimes these games feel more like a movie than a game, but we still feel like you'll enjoy it, and we still feel like the story you'll witness, the story you'll be immersed in. Because even Jordan Peele was shouting out. Jordan Peele, another tangent, but it's all the same thing. Jordan Peele was giving respect to Kojima too. He like you said, Kojima is like the master of immersion. Like your one of your best moments with Metal Gear Solid was the whole controller thing. I like kind of puzzly games. So the one I'm referring to is the one where you had to look at the game case. You remember that? The one you had to look at the game case
Oh
for the
yeah,
code.
it's on the back
And
of the CD case. That's Metal Gear Solid as well.
I've never had to, I've never had to like do something physical in my real life to solve a puzzle in a game.
Right.
And so again, it's the master of immersion. So from when we solve the game, it does again seem more of like, let's say they said that it's gonna be almost kind of more like a movie than a game. The actors that's in this game, I'm a fan of. I recently rewatched Blade. So one of the guys was like one of the villains in the first Blade movie, not the main one, who was like the sub mini boss in the Blade movie. And then the actress whose name I forgot, she's been really cool. She was the girl from the It movies. She was the girl
Oh
from It
yeah.
1, It 2, and she was also, remember, the I think she was the druid. I don't care about this. I don't know her class,
Mm,
but she was the shapeshifter in the Dungeons and Dragons movie that turned into the owl bear.
mm.
She was, I don't know if you saw that. Watch that. She was awesome in that. So to see her in this, I'm like, okay, I'm happy that. And here's the other thing too. Kojima is known for pulling actors into his games. He does not pull shit tier actors into his games.
Right. Right. Yeah. Usually it's actors where he is like really impressed, like when with their work, some way, shape, or form. He's like, oh wow, like oh, yeah, this person could be on my be part of my creative art or whatever. He usually doesn't just pull people out of the hat. What about this guy? What about this person? What about this person? Yeah, he has some type of attachment artistically with that person. So you're absolutely right there. And yeah, you're all right about as far as Jordan Peele giving him his props. And then how his connection with Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm assuming he's referring to Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
Even though, obviously the biggest grumble is like, I play Snake for 20 minutes. What the fuck? But but the best part of Sons of Liberty, which stands the test of time, is that last 30 minutes of the game where you find out about the AI and their reasoning for doing everything and how it's kind of connected into society as far as like how realistic it can, how like the thought process of what they're doing, and how like, hey, there's a lot that this game almost kind of predicted in a sense, so like that being just kind of revolutionary in itself. um
His games have been about nuclear armament, um,
yeah.
you know, world, miniature world wars
Mm,
on a smaller, like, firefight scale, and
yeah.
AI. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty fucking accurate to me.
Yes, sir. So I do want to get to the awards as far as just basically every year for the Gamers for Life podcast, Arthur and I, we put our bids on who's going to win what. And this was, I think this is our highest scoring game awards. Because I remember last year was pretty low scoring comparatively. It was
One of
just
the years we were just like, fuck, we are
yeah.
not in touch with the kids.
Right, we're just like, I don't know, man. But this one was pretty close, pretty close. So I'm just gonna read the categories where where either we both got a point or one of us did.
Can you also add the winner?
Of course,
Because
of course.
I didn't catch all of it, so I forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll add the win. Oh, you mean the winner of
Like, who actually
the
won the award?
points? Oh yeah,
No, no, no,
yeah.
no, no. Both.
Or who won this thing? I have
Yeah.
both. I had
Thank
both.
you. Because
I
yeah,
had both.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I've had both.
Continue,
So
sir.
so our first points on the board, anticipated and most anticipated game, Final Fantasy Rebirth. We both agreed, so we both got a point for that. For as far as the voice actor, Baldur's Gate 3, I forgot the gentleman's name, but we both guessed that as well. We're like
Oh, you guessed that too? Ah,
I
fuck.
did.
I thought that I knew I got that point. I was thinking like, oh, I don't know if Gerald got that one. Fuck.
Yeah, because I remember hearing a lot of positivity from that character and seeing like some behind the scenes stuff as well. I'm like, okay, this guy, I think this guy's kind of sparked the interest of like it being the favorite. So yeah, I agreed with you on that. Best adaptation, Last of Us. That is where I got a point for
Yeah,
that.
I fucked up on that one. I read that I was like, I don't know, entertain, like, best video game entertainment is like how my head read it, but
Yeah.
adaptation on 1-1, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. As far as for best multiplayer, Baldur's Gate 3, I was like, I'm right there with you. I don't see anything else being better than that. So we each got a point for that. Best racing game, Forza on the list. We're like, yeah, why? What else would possibly win? Not Gran Turismo, that's for goddamn sure. So Forza, so we each got a point for that. Best sim strategy, Pikmin
Oh.
4, which I knew was going to be high in the cards, especially for the fantasy card. We both each got a point for that. Best family game was the Mario, and we both guessed that as well.
Damn it! Sorry, I mean, good job, Darrell.
Hey, man, we both saw the signs. You know what I mean? Best fighting game actually went to Street Fighter Six.
Yeah,
So I got
I remember that. I did not get the point there.
no worries, no worries. Best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3. I was like, yep. And we both guessed that as well, so we both got a point for that. Action adventure game, Tears of the Kingdom. We both were like, yep. Tears of the Kingdom, so we both each got a point for that. Very interesting, by the way, as far as for, it got that, but didn't really win for anything else, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. Still a great game, obviously, but I just found that very, very interesting. Best action game. You kicked my ass on that. You said Armored Core 6. I did not choose Armored Core 6. I think I chose Genshin Impact or some shit, but you got a point for that, and I didn't. I was like, God damn it. This is another one that you hit it right on the head. You're like, Drill, you underestimate the Transylvanian tall women. So
Oh yeah,
also for VR Resident Evil Village, you were great. You were correct on that.
you
Uh,
underestimate the power of 9 foot tall vampire women
yeah, yes.
in VR.
So you got a point for that. I missed on that one. Let's see. Independent game. Independent game. You actually smoked me on that as well. You chose Sea of Stars. I chose Dave the Diver. I was like, God damn it. So you
On
got
Game Pass, by the way. Whoop whoop whoop.
on Game Pass. Very awesome. So you got a point for that. Um, let's see. Oh, best community. Best community game. You chose Cyberpunk, which was a good guess, definitely. But I just remember Baldur's Gate being
I
in.
forgot that super early alpha shit.
Yeah, I remember seeing it through Steam. I was like, wow, interesting, And by the time it came out, it was like, holy shit, this gameplay's incredible.
Yeah, good
That's why I
call.
was like, yeah. So it was like Baldur's Gate. So I got a point for that one. Um, let's see, Games for Impact. This is one that you smoked me on. You were like, oh, Chichia. And I forgot what I chose, but I did not choose that. So I was like, fuck. So you got the point for that one. Let's see. This one, best performance. I'm trying to think what that was, but we both
The
chose
voice act-
we
Yeah.
both chose Baldur's Gate 3. So we both got a point for that. And then this one was best audio design. Um, I should have fucking listened to you, but I didn't. You said, Hi-Fi Rush, and I was like, nah, I'll wait too. I'm sure they like hit some cans and stuff to make those scary sounds, but I got it wrong. You got a point for that. So good job on that. However, for this next one, I did get a point for the best score. Um, I dove in. I said, you know what, Final Fantasy 16, and then
You got that one?
I did.
Oh, I thought that was one we both fucked up on.
Yeah,
Damn it.
because you chose the Nintendo team, which I believe was the score for Tears of the Kingdom.
Zelda, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm gonna go for Final Fantasy 16. So I ended up getting the point for that guy.
That's right. I knew Final Fantasy was gonna win it once they said they played the music for it, but
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember you picking it, so good job.
Yeah, thank you. And then best game direction. This is one where I was like, you know what? I think this is gonna get it. You chose Baldur's Gate 3, rightfully so. But I chose Alan Wake 2. I said Alan Wake 2's got to win for something around here, so I chose that one. I took the bet there, and Alan Wake 2 did win.
This was the start of the categories where we really got into the nitty gritty where fuck everything's gonna be close.
Yes, very, very close. Now, game of the year. Game of the year, we had a really interesting conversation talking about Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate, Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate. And you were like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to do it. And I was like, Tears of the Kingdom. And I fucking got it wrong.
Yeah, I was like the game that's talking about the standard of video games. There's no way that can't win it. There's no
Yes.
game that changed the supposed expectations of a game at launch.
Yes, sir.
Baldur's Gate 3
Yeah.
took home Game of the Year. I did not watch that live. I want to go back and watch that live now
Yeah.
for the speech and the reactions. Great job to everyone involved in that fucking game. You
Yes.
deserve all of it.
Yes. Yeah, you changed I mean, to me, it's like, I'm glad they got that award so they can talk their talk. You know what I mean? Because the publishers, no one was trying to give them any type of positivity around that.
Fucking media journalist.
Right.
Fuck you.
Right. It's like, fuck y'all. So that totals everything. Where, because you went with your gut, Arthur, you chose it with your heart. And because of that, you did beat me this year. 15 points on the board, where I was right behind you, 14 points. Congratulations.
By one?
You won
By one? Yeah. No way.
So congratulations.
It was that close?
It was close. That's why I was like, this was a crazy fucking year, bro. Yep.
I feel like I think you're right. Last year was like we both kind of fucked up.
It was like 9 and 8 or something. I was like, I won, but it was like very little. Like there's like goddamn 22 different.
Yo, this year we were, what's up? This year we knew.
We had our ear to the ground for real. Yeah.
Yeah, good job us.
Yeah,
like I know I won it.
well.
Like I only won by once. So I'm not gonna shove it in your face. But and this was also the first year. What feels like in a while, Jarrell. You know what? I feel like you and I got so many high points this year because there were so many games that actually fucking deserve the nomination. I'm not talking about you, Spider-Man. Again, Baldur's Gate. Alan Wake won. Yeah, direction, and Alan Wake. I think also won narrative, or that I think that was called like best direction / narrative.
Yeah,
I was happy Alan Wake won that for you, because the person who, I think the head writer or something, the director of the game, who accepted the award for Alan Wake for best narrative, again called it how it is. Called it how it is. This is a narrative driven game.
right.
Alan Wake isn't, fucking Fortnite. It's not, you're not, teabagging, fucking 360, no scoping motherfuckers.
Right.
While hearing 14-year-old shout the N-word. That's not Alan Wake. Alan Wake is a story-driven game. So to have that director mention that, getting that award, I felt like, of all the things that Alan Wake could have won, because I know you were all in an Alan Wake, not only for the Game Awards, but like for your card as a fan. I knew Alan Wake was your jam from day one. And to see of all the awards Alan Wake won was best narrative was so good, dude. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
That's it. This award year was great. And now that the dust has settled, there's a lot more to talk about. Like I said, you mentioned something I was already talking about. Spider-Man 2 was nominated for what is it, 7 awards, not 9, 7
nominations, yeah,
and got none.
Nothing.
And then also, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom only walked home with 1.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hi-Fi Rush got its praise exactly where it needed to get its praise.
Yeah.
Audio design. Armored Core 6. Armored Core 6, that was another tough category because I think Hi-Fi Rush was on that list too.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned Remnant 2. Remnant 2 got mentioned as well. I think Remnant 2 was either best action game or multiplayer or something, but Remnant 2 was on the board. And again, happy for it.
Yeah.
So many good earned awards, so many good nominees again.
It's kind of insane too that Armored Core won it, because we were talking about, we were like, wait, like it was like a year since they announced it, and it came out, and it got nominated for a fucking award, and it won that award. Like that's insane in itself.
That was the most random Hail Mary. Fuck this. There's no way. I think I outbid it, or Church outbid it. No, I remember now. Both Church and I were going to counter pick your Armored Core 6. We were both going to do it. We're like, Armored Core 6, that just got shown like last week. What the fuck are you talking about? And the fact that From Software did something that we feel like no games do nowadays, which is just release the game after fucking announcing it.
Right.
And there's another thing about that we'll talk very soon. But and for it to win best action, as it should, again, From Software, they have, its diehard fans will say it should get nominated for best narrative. No, the fuck it shouldn't. They have a very convoluted, deep lore. I'm not saying the story. From Software Souls-like games have lore, but not necessarily story. And so again, for all the categories of From Software game could have won action. It's exactly what they wanted to win. Again, same thing like Alan Wake. Of all the categories, Alan Wake wanted to win. It won Best Narrative. Of all the categories, Hi-Fi Rush could have won. Audio design. It's like, fuck. Everyone was hitting. Everyone was hitting exactly. Everyone was hitting their mark exactly where they needed to hit their mark. And it was so fun. And it was so fun to watch.
Very fun.
It's not like, oh, I missed my point, I'm mad now. It's like, you know what? No, they fucking earned it.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. This is one of the best. I think it might be the best year for the Game Awards, in my opinion, versus all the other ones that I've seen. And I'm really proud of Jeff Keighley. This is as far as how he's gotten it, where he's gotten it, and it being a really respected, an absolutely respected thing. And obviously his tenure into the business, right? So, so yeah, definitely, it's just seeing this happen from, just from the previous Game Awards, them making certain adjustments, people walking on stage and saying Bill Clinton wants GTA 6 and whatever, those fucking 4chan fuckers, whatever they are, and all that stuff, and them cleaning that up, adding more security. All the hosts were amazing. I forgot her name. I'm a huge fan of her, but she did a great job as well. Jeff Keighley looked great. The presentation was great. It was on point. I never felt like there was a real cringe moment. I feel like everyone played their part really well. Even Christopher Judge, even though he might have had a little bit of slight, maybe on the stage a little too much. His joke with Call of Duty just kind of just killed it. That was just made up for it. It was just hilarious in itself. But yeah, man, that was probably the best Game Awards I've seen, and really just me being 35 years old and having that fanboy moment over Kojima, and that whole thing. That whole thing of having him just creating that whole ambiance, doing it for him, and just executing it so well. And then obviously too,
we're talking about our boy Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff and Kojima, and even like the translator, for Kojima, on point, because there was a point where Kojima was, his answer was pretty extended, and the translator answered it like he answered it and just as extended. I was like, wow, like this guy, like he must be his right hand man, for a lot of international business. So yeah, man, just talking about overall the show, just incredible, just an incredible, well-rounded, amazing. Yeah, that made me very happy as a gamer, and you said before too, as far as it shows that you can have an award show in person. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be a money grubbing whore like how E3 has been. And really invest, and Jeff has called it for decades, as far as just like, you guys don't really give a shit about any of this. You know what I mean? And seeing his passion, it's kind of like a prime example as far as like the difference between Shuhei and Jim Ryan. You know what I mean? It's just that's kind of the exact kind of mirrored example there. So amazing stuff.
And just let it be known that Jeff Keighley is the man that brought Hideo Kojima back to a gaming stage.
Yo, facts. Of course, we can't end the show without the game that got announced as well before the Game Awards. I thought it was going to be announced during the Game Awards. But this is the same series where the 5th installment made $1 billion in 3 days. And it seems like the anticipation, even though the game has been out for over 10 years, its sequel, it seems like people are just as excited and waiting to push the button to make to spend on it. Grand Theft Auto 6, the trailer, the teaser, whatever initial trailer officially was announced and shown. And it looks pretty fucking good so far.
It was technically leaked first.
It was leaked. That's true. It was leaked first. It was leaked first. Yeah.
I didn't check my phone because I remember Okay, there's so much to talk about this. We'll try to do our best,
Yeah.
but it's been a bit busy week. So they say, so let me start from the beginning. So they put a tweet out officially announcing when it was going to drop. It was like December 5th.
Yeah.
December 5th, whatever time. And they used like that sunset, purple, blue, pastel vibe.
Yeah.
And then every other fucking game decides to put out their own version for their own fucking announcements. Apex, Fortnite, Halo. It became like a meme of like everyone's like, oh, you got something to announce? Use this format because people will think it's GTA 6. So I just like all the memes. Like that I forget who it was that had the one I sent you was from, I think it was the Breakfast Club where he was talking to Charlemagne. He's like, he took my whole fucking flow, he took everything. And it's like they're just referencing GTA 6, that tweet. So then they say December 5th at like noon Eastern time. Or noon Pacific. I don't fucking know. And all of a sudden, the night of December 4th, my YouTube is like, hey, you want to watch the GTA 6 trailer? I'm like, and the one I saw wasn't even from the leak one. I didn't even know it got leaked till later, Drill, because where I saw the GTA 6 trailer was from the actual Rockstar Games YouTube channel.
Oh.
So I didn't learn it got leaked till later. So I thought I read their tweet wrong of like December 5th, 12 p.m. UT, like universal time zone, like the middle of the fucking world. So I was like, oh, I guess that's December 4th at night, my time. I watch it and I'm like, I learned it got leaked. So that's the timeline we're at. The trailer. I loved it. Like that's a trailer. There's other things I know you went to. I liked it. It's definitely a Grand Theft Auto trailer. Grand Theft Auto announcement trailers always do relatively the same thing, and they do it very, very well. They show you the world. Oh, I was like, scratch my throat. They show you the world we're in, which was we're back in Vice City in the state of Florida or Leonida, whatever it's called. They show you the atmosphere. They play a soundtrack that kind of gives you a relative time frame of what era in the world we're in. Some of the characters you'll probably see along the way, or some of the type of NPCs you'll can encounter. And it's a world building trailer is what it really is. It's a world building trailer. Trailer itself, graphics, holy shit, look amazing. Holy shit, they look amazing.
Look crazy, bro.
They look amazing. And it made me think of Drill, of all the news we heard about what's coming for GTA 6. Do you remember all the patents they had? Traffic, NPCs, AI, NPC interaction, traffic flow, pedestrian flow. This is going to be a very, very alive world.
Yes.
Cyberpunk, for me, I feel like Cyberpunk has the best alive city, and Hogwarts has the most alive setting, the castle. Which, by the way, the tie into it, I think Hogwarts should have got nominated for something because goddamn, they got fun.
Facts, they got snubbed.
But what Hogwarts did to make the setting alive via like the castle and everything, and what Cyberpunk made to make the city alive, I feel like GTA 6 from the trailer and what we've been hearing is going to do both. Because remember, some of the interviews we were hearing was one of the interviews that said was what they've heard the community and they want to bring something back that Vice City and the older games used to have. Something that the older games used to have that the newer game hasn't is you being able to go into more buildings. Remember, that was the thing. You wanted to go to Clockenbell, you wanted to buy something from Clockenbell, you would actually open the door and just go into Clockenbell. It wasn't the hovering blue circle or yellow circle. You just appear in there. Now, it was alive. You could just fucking go in. And if Vice City had a mall, you can just go into the fucking mall. So again, from the trailer alone, I'm hyped. I'm excited. It looks great. Biasly, I love the music. I'm a big Tom Petty fan. I've always been a Tom Petty fan. I remember buying his album from the Virgin record store in town at the mall, coming home, sitting in my backyard on a summer day and listening to the best of Tom Petty in one straight go on my CD player and
Nice.
one straight shot. And as the kids say, you want to vibe? Holy shit, buy the album Best of Tom Petty, lean back in your chair and just let life exist around you and you have a great fucking time.
Yeah.
So having Tom Petty voice that be the soundtrack of the trailer was great. Also, fun fact, biasly, I was lucky enough to see Tom Petty in concert at the Hollywood Bowl a week before he died, which
Oh
was
wow.
crazy because musicians like Axl Rose sound like shit. They seem like they're going to croak tomorrow. Just
Yeah.
no offense. Um, no, but Tom Petty sounded great, looked great. He was active. He was around. He was mobile.
Yeah.
And to see like I saw him on a Friday, and to hear that the Sunday the following week he died, I'm like, what the fuck? I just saw him in concert. Like
Right.
maybe they passed away.
Damn.
So that's why again for me biasly, I thought the soundtrack was that much better to the trailer. That's why that's why I purposely included that thumbnail in our social media post. I'm like, oh, Tom Petty, like Tom Petty is one of the best American musicians or countries that this country's ever fucking produced. Real talk. I just
Yeah.
gotta say
Yeah.
it.
He's got great hits.
So before we go to the bigger overall huge things, trailer at face value from what we saw, what are your thoughts?
No, yeah. I thought it looked great. I was because the first thing really that I was curious about was okay, who am I playing? Right. That was kind of the first thing for me where it's like, okay, we've been hearing rumors of, we're gonna play a female character. Obviously don't have a problem with that. But who am I playing? How do they sound? Are they authentic? You know what I mean, as far as just like the type of character they are, are they more of a caricature? So how they have it set up, I'm like, okay, I dig it, Latina, and they had kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde thing going on. So I was like, okay, I dig that, I like that, and for some reason, I don't know if it's in the air, but there's been a lot of instances where female voice actors just sound better. They do a better job than male voice actors, and a lot of shit. Not
Hashtag
everything.
the fem shepherd.
Yeah, Femme Shepherd, Outriders. I talk about as well as I'm like way better voice acting for the female character than the male character that you can choose. Um, but yeah, I was like, okay, I dig it, I like it. As far as for the world, yeah, graphics crazy. I love how they adopted, and I feel like they've been doing this for a lot of other Grand Theft Autos, but just continuing that as far as adopting different types of patterns of human behavior of real people and adding it to extra characters, like that lady with fucking like a hammer and a knife or something or some
Yeah,
shit.
I love the trailer breakdowns where people are showing the original actual news stories
Yes.
that this is real. The lady with the two hammers just smashing cars, the naked dude walking through the gas station, the alligator walking into a convenience store, the guy wrestling an alligator out of his pool. This is Florida. Shit's wild.
Yeah, shit's wild. You know what I mean? So I really like that they adapted that stuff from real shit and created these characters just to make it more of a lively world. So that I fucked with heavy, and then obviously the music. We talk about the Grand Theft Auto. The music is a really important thing, especially if it's a period piece Grand Theft Auto, such as this. So hearing Tom Petty, I'm like, yes, let's go, all for it. I've been a fan of Tom Petty for many many years, especially just from like different films. You know what I mean? Jerry Maguire and all that stuff.
He was a voice of Lucky and King of the Hill.
Oh wow!
I slipped on the PP at the Walmart.
Classic. Yeah, so I mean as far as just like the sound engineering is dope. I mean, even just looking around, like as far as the vastness, of the city, incredibly live. Seems like there's a lot to fucking do, and to your point, if they can have it where you can go in to really anywhere, different buildings, different places or whatnot, have that additional engagement. It looks crazy, and I do like that. I don't know if we want to get if I'm speaking too across from as far as for the topic, but um, I'm fine with it coming out 2025.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm also fine about that.
Okay. Okay.
Here's why I'm fine with it. That's just realistic. I don't know where people, again, let's go back to what we were physically talking about a couple minutes ago. Holy shit, Jarrell, they just announced Armored Core 6. Why the fuck do you think it's coming out next year? That's not normal.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that's normal. Like, what did people just forget? Like, the past 4 years of fucked delays existed.
Mhm.
And even before that, even before this new norm of AAA games being delayed, that was like, it feels like that was always like the norm of E3. You would, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Drill, but I feel like this was the old pattern in the old days. E3 would have an announcement teaser debut trailer. Like, hey, this thing will exist. We lose our shit. The following E3, we then get gameplay. And then the gameplay trailer announces the release date. Because in fact, remember, here's an example: Battlefront, the first Battlefront. When we knew that Battlefront was when the first one was going to exist at all, that EA and DICE were even working on Battlefront. I remember that fucking trailer. I remember it. It was, oh, by the way, here at DICE, we're working on one more thing. Let's show you it. And we hear like laser, we hear like fighting and explosions. We're like, okay. And all of a sudden the camera focuses in. We're like on snow. Okay, we're on snow. And then they're like, oh shit, there's an explosion in the background. Oh shit. And all of a sudden a glimpse of a ship spirals and crashes. Like, was that what I thought it was? That looked like, I think I knew what I thought it was. Boom. A fucking AT&T foot just comes on screen, and oh shit. Every now and then, to feel nostalgic, I YouTube and look up old like E3 reactions. Like,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
like Cyberpunk reactions. Like, oh shit. That's a reaction I watch, because that was a great reaction when we found out as a community that, oh shit, they're doing Battlefront. And that was what happened. They announced, they did a teaser trailer announcing Battlefront was going to exist via the Adat Walker and Hoth stomping, and it shows the fucking EA Battlefront logo. Everyone lost their shit. And then the next E3, what happened? They had a massive gameplay. Like, they had a massive gameplay of a quote unquote online lobby. All the streamers, influencers, and gamers were like playing online, and they cut to this screen of this person flying a jet, understandably crashing to a building 2 seconds later. Then they crash to this person sniping. They cut to this person playing then they reveal, oh, the heroes are coming out, and someone was Darth Maul, and I think it was Darth Maul versus somebody else. But again, I'm going to have to. But that's what it was. The formula old was announce something, then like a year later show gameplay, and the gameplay trailer a year later. Then you say when it's coming out. And even then when it was coming out, it was rare if that reveal what's it? I can't remember. The release date announcement was rare that it was that year. So it's arguably, if it was like 2.5 years, it would be like year 1 reveal, year 2 drop, and it's like, oh, when's it coming out? February the next year. So that's what I'm used to, Jarrell. I'm used to that. And that's why when I saw 2025, I'm like, oh, I'm okay with it. And again, by the way, I don't know if you guys have a calendar. Our calendars are going to say our calendars are about to say 2024 very fucking soon. So people are like, 2 years? Yeah. I gotta wait 2 years. I mean, like, here's the thing. Here's why, Drill. I don't know if this is a burrito bet, because I'm very confident in this. I'm very fucking confident. This game is not coming out holiday season 2025. It's not. It's coming out around the same time when I want to say it's coming out spring or summer. I think GTA 6 is going to come around at a time when school's out. That's what I'm betting.
Interesting. I think did the last one come out in March? I feel like Grand Theft Auto is going to come out in March for some reason.
Because I felt like, because you and I were there. We were at.
Yeah.
We're ground zero. We were the midnight launch. We were ground fucking zero.
Wasn't that September for GT5?
I want to say September as well.
Really?
I want to say September is 5. It was October 1st.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait, so that was GTA Online.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, facts. Yeah.
It was September 2013.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of things about this trailer and all things we want to talk about it. But short version, I know it wasn't short at all. I'm okay with 2025, and
Yeah.
that's my mentality of it. Number one, 2024 is a couple weeks away. I know that because I have projects due. I'm gonna be fucked. And then again, secondly, I'm just used to this formula drill. This is not a new formula for
Right.
people like you and me.
No, you're right. You're right. It's definitely not a new formula, and people have to understand the weight of the release for a Grand Theft Auto game. You know what I mean? Fuck else. You know what I mean? I keep saying that phrase, but the weight of a Grand Theft Auto 5 game is huge. The trailer for this is over 122 million. It already surpassed the last GT.
130.
Yeah, it already surpassed the GT5 trailer. There's been so many people analyzing the trailer, breaking stuff down, all the video game news companies. It's really powerful because, as we like to talk about, Grand Theft Auto 5 made $1 billion in 3 days, and
27 hours, I think, was the last.
really,
I think it was
uh,
27 hours worldwide.
wow, and based off of the trailer, it seems like that they could easily do that again.
Dude,
You know what I mean? Like, that's how powerful this title is. So
you're
if I have to wait a year, who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like they are projecting. I would be surprised if they did that shit again.
Drill. This trailer, it again. You've been saying that a lot. I've been saying the word nostalgia a lot today. I I like a lot of people wait on the shit on GTA 5 how they just kept milking it and milking it and milking it. And they were very card shark heavy, very microtransaction heavy for their playback loop. But god damn, man, day one. Oh, like I said, we were there, Joe. We were in the fucking trenches. We were what? I remember that. It was what? We had about, I think it was 512 was the exact number of people we come to our midnight launch. And I remember flexing the fuck on other people. Because I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you remember this, Joe. I called other stores to ask how they were doing just to fucking flex them. Because like, how many people you showed up? Oh, we had about 200. Oh yeah, man. I'll be like, oh, how's your midnight launch going? Dude, we got like 200 people. We're gonna be here all night. I'm like, really? We had 500. We fucking done. Bam. Just because we were on that shit, dude. We ran that midnight launch like fucking geniuses. We had that shit done, wrapped. It was awesome. Remember, we had the food truck come out, we had the hot dog car come out, we had the gaming truck come out, and like I said, we were calling the stores like, oh, you got like 150 people, and you're still, you're still figuring out your shit. Pff, we done. Half a thousand people came out to our store, and they are home playing their fucking game. And by home playing it, I mean installing it because that shit was huge. And
Yep.
dude, you're saying the power of this game has to make $1 billion again in like really quick. Beyond that, the feel the feel this game has is like it's like for a lot of gamers, like I'm almost saying, I'm not saying this game can bring like world peace, but there's like this it's like the atmosphere has changed. It's like when Pokemon Go was peak. It's like we were all one. We were all just doing our shit,
That
fighting a
was
gym.
insane.
You
Yeah,
go
that was
out
the
in the
same
world,
time.
you can just look left, you look right, and you knew you saw your people. You
Yep.
saw your people just looking out right in the public, in the world. And GTA 6, it's like it feels like it's back. It feels like it's doing that because look, as gamers, yes, you know, I can shit in Call of Duty. Call of Duty shit can shit on my RPG people, and we all collectively shit on sports gamers. But Madden people hate the FIFA people, and the FIFA people are like, wow, who the fuck plays NHL games? But GTA, GTA is all of us. GTA is all of us,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the memes of Jarrell. Guess what? Because it's been over 10 years, there's this new generation of this new I won't say meme, but there's this new reaction drill that the kids that we enjoyed rooting their day because their grandmother didn't know what M for mature went. Guess what, drill? They gotta buy this game all on their own now.
Ah, ha, ha.
That's
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 funny.
been a,
That's a good
that's been
point.
that's been a trending response, a trending meme. It's like it's you know, it's like the old guy. It's like the old guy from Doctor Who, kind of crying, just thinking about life, and it's like, hey, are you okay? What's going on? And it's cues him having the memory of, like, you know, being too young, being too young to buy your own GTA 5. And they're, like I said, it's like the store telling your parents, what infimmature game means. You have to wait to buy it. You have to wait to buy it to your 18. And now it's like GTA 6, man. 10 years later,
Yep.
all those kids like, dude, Drill, all those kids that got their ass whooped in our store, they can buy this game.
They can buy this game.
Yo, real, like we talked about, we're not
That
joking.
is
We
true.
saw
No,
kids
yeah.
got fucking beat in our store.
Some parents went at it. Yeah, they
Dude,
took off
there
the
was
chocolate and fucking went to town. Yeah.
yeah, but there were some kids that got fucking, they got a little beat in our store.
I'm just like, oh shit.
Like,
They even call
oh,
GameStop.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they,
Yeah.
like, again, so seeing that reaction, or that type of, that younger, now not so young community kind of react to this, because GTA 5, for us when we were kids, we had GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and that really put us on the path to all things Rockstar and all things, the open world sandbox and everything that GTA was. So all the kids that are getting beat in our store, that's what GTA 5 was to them. So seeing how everyone's collectively reacting, and just, seeing GTA 6 that's going to exist. And yes, there's a lot of people that are unhappy about a few things, like the release date, and it's only coming to console. Sorry, Master Race. But that's my thing. It's like, bigger picture, like I said, it's like the way I described the gamer community waiting for Starfield is like this, but on a fucking exponential bigger scale. Of when GTA 6 goes online, dude, the amount of call outs, the amount of PTO, the amount of sick days,
Yep.
the amount of occurrences. Hey, I'll see you there, man.
Right, exactly. I'm like, cancel whatever bullshit we gotta go do, honey, because I'm playing GTA 6 and I'm using vacation time.
Like, I can't wait to see the memes of like, hi, are you a girlfriend that's lost your boyfriend in GTA 6? We have a support number. Yeah, like, yo, real
Yeah,
talk, man. This, like I said, it's like, I like there's a couple reactions, like, it's like, yo, dude, I feel like I kind of want to start pay attention to politics so I can survive the 2025. We got to make it, man. We all, it's like real talk. There's some guys out there like, man, it's like, some like somber music. Hey, guys, it's chugging hard. Don't worry. You want to light the end of the tunnel? Boom. GTA 6 2025. Hold on another year, brother. It's coming.
Yeah, man. I remember I said this before, but I'm absolutely serious when I say this. Ever since GTA 5 came out, there wasn't a day that went by where I worked at GameStop where I didn't sell that fucking game. I think I sold that game every day after its release since up to the point where I left GameStop.
This wasn't like, we're not talking weeks, we're not talking months, we are talking years. And this is even before the whole console thing. Yeah. This is even before the whole console update came. Like day one, PS3, Xbox 360, one copy was sold from our store, the second busiest store in Southern California, was sold every single day.
Yes, indeedy. And I think that is going to wrap it up. Unless there's anything else you wanted to mention on the GTA 6. Oh yeah, the other Kahuna. I think we're all thinking on the same page. What it was announced on. PC's nowhere in sight.
Sorry, Master Race. PC, you gotta take another fat dub. Oh, you bought a $3,000 setup so you can play fucking Minecraft in 4K? No GTA 6 for you.
And you know what, man? Like, fuck it. Fuck PC, bro.
Dude, I love that you have.
It's over.
I love that you have. I love that you've come full circle, Drill. You come full circle. you've gone from console, you're like, man, I'm tired of this fucking shit. Bam, PC Master Race, mods, support, all this other, all this other shit. And then Starfield. Starfield convinced you to buy a Series S. And man, here's the thing that's crazy. This is even funnier to me, because Xbox was public. The Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series Slim, that you've drilled, they were public from day one. It's not a true next gen console. Guess what? They're still getting a launch before that $3,000 fucking PC of yours.
Bro, like, I don't know who's responsible for this. Like, who's responsible for why PC is now not, like, even though yes, graphically you can make it look sharper or whatever, but when it comes to just games, like the games when they're being supported and releasing on platforms, PC is dead fucking last. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
and because of that, I will never I will never buy like a high end 3,000, 4,000, whatever fucking PC. It doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just modify a guitar. I don't need to spend that much to modify a guitar. Like, for when it comes to PC, it just doesn't make any sense. It's never put first because it's always a pain in the ass, and it seems to be more of an issue now. And it's not worth it. It's not worth the headache of all of this bullshit, of all the knickknacks and whatnot. It's just not fucking worth it. The fact that it is not releasing alongside the other platforms, at least at the same time, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, and it's not really Rockstar's fault. I really feel like it's PC, just because it's a PC thing and it's a whole different monster. Like, I remember Grand Theft Auto 5 and 4, they had issues releasing on PC much later as well. And not even Grand Theft Auto, mad other titles had PC issues. But it seems to be more prevalent now, and I don't understand why, but I'm tired of trying fucking figuring it out. I feel like my nail in the coffin in PC was this whole Remnant thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? As far as
Yeah.
like you guys were so gracious to gift me a copy. I go fucking Epic Game Store. Shit doesn't work because cross-platform isn't available, and then I'm not able to return the copy. Like, okay, go fuck yourselves. Like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this. I'm not buying. I'm not buying any more shit for PC. Like, forget it. Like, I have a laptop that's fine. It's not a gaming laptop. That's not why I bought the fucking laptop. Like, my gaming is console. Like, because, like, it just makes sense. Like, it's amazing that Series S is still relevant. Well, you know what I mean? I remember many years ago in this podcast, like, I was like, yo, Series S is gonna be dead in like a couple years. You know what I mean?
Like, you would have, dude, Drill, you were on board to personally take it out back and shoot it in the face. You were personally
Yes.
able, like, yo, this dog put this motherfucker out of his misery. And yo, this dog has been delivering for you good times again and again, man.
Bro, it's
And
just,
a
yeah.
and and Drill, how much was that fucking console?
It was fucking cheap comparatively. Cheap.
Let's just throw out some numbers. It was arguably 10 times cheaper than these, like, $3,000
Yes.
rigs we're fucking referencing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you spent, like I said, like, oh, 3,000 a rig. Hey, do you? But guess what? 2025, me and fucking Drill Xbox Series S over here, we'll be on we'll be on that shit day one.
Yep. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
Wild times, dude.
Yeah. Fuck PC, bro. I'm done. I'm
Fuck
done.
Fuck PC. The year's wrapping up. We definitely gotta do another episode. I know the Green Holidays. We definitely need to do like our own internal year in recap that is us.
Sure.
As not just Gamers for Life, just as us. Again, it's like this year, Dead Island 2 came out, and all the I pre-ordered a deluxe Diablo 4. I bought Hogwarts. Drill fucking bought a console. What the fuck?
bought a console. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of shit.
Church didn't buy the Stadia again. This is crazy. Sorry. I will never
let
let
that
that
guy on the show. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
I know a lot of shit's happening, but
he's getting married soon.
yeah.
I will never let him forget that he bought a founder's edition of a fucking cool
And you
Stadia.
You should always remind him.
Like,
remember when you did that thing that didn't make any sense?
like, Dude, like I said, I know I go on some rants, but I will dig my heels in the ground when it came to like, for more than one thing. I'm like, don't Stadia, don't do it, don't do it. And then lesser money involved, but I still can't believe that man pre-ordered the special edition of Battlefield 2024. Like, nah, they learned. I'm like, no, who's the they? They is a pronoun. Who's a pronoun for? They identify as EA, and they identify as fucking lying assholes.
Exactly. Exactly. Anything else before we close out? I
No,
think we
man.
did a good
I'm
job of breaking everything down.
I'm just looking for like I said, I'm just looking forward to Take Two and Rockstar Games giving this generation the closest to world peace we'll know in our lifetime when GTA 6 releases.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. I definitely agree. Looking forward to that 2025. But until then, let's go wrap it up here. First today, the Games for Life podcast, each and every Friday, Saturday, / Sunday, discussing all things games. And one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is my co-host, Arthur Thomas.
That's me.
Congratulations on the Game Award winner.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys soon.